In this episode, we will take an in-depth look at how Liangjiang new area is upgrading its governance system to become a regional model for national strategy in practice. Talk with Global Vice President of Carlsberg to explore how multinational companies are planning their future in Chinese market. Continue following the creative team of the London musical and hear stories from both on and off the stage. Finally, we review Chongqing stories that have captured global attention this week. A new year brings new momentum. Chongqing's urban development has entered a new chapter of governance reform. At the end of 2025, Liangjiang new area launched a far-reaching reform, becoming the third national-level new area in China's inland regions.
Yes, at the heart of this reform is a shift from a traditional committee-led management model to a more mature and systematic approach of district-based governance.
Exactly. Since its establishment in 2010, Liangjiang new area has served as a testing ground for China's reform and opening up. Let's take a closer look at the deeper logic and strategic significance behind this transformation.
Standing at the beginning of the 15th five-year plan, Chongqing rises Liangjiang new area's administrative restructuring into the city's development blueprint. It positions Liangjiang as the main front for enhancing international competitiveness, cultivating new quality productive forces, and exploring megacity governance. To really understand this positioning, we need to place Liangjiang back on the longer story of China's reform and opening up. More than 40 years ago, Deng Xiaoping set in motion China's reform and opening up. Since then, almost every key step in that process has come with a testing ground. In 1980, the Shenzhen Special Economic Zone used a small stretch of coastal land to pilot in high concentration new market rules on tariff, land, and foreign investment. Shanghai Pudong became China's first state-level new area in 1992, plugging China more deeply into global financial and shipping networks. In 2006, the State Council approved Binhai in Tianjin as a state comprehensive supporting reforms pilot area. Introducing the country's second state-level new area, in 2010, Chongqing's Liangjiang joined the rank as China's third and Western China's first state-level new area, servicing new corridors for inland opening up and driving sci-tech innovations. 15 years on, Liangjiang is once again at the forefront of reform, restructuring to be an administrative district with governance upgrades. In the early phase, a state-level new area is usually more of a functional development platform. It is typically layered on top of several existing administrative districts, bringing previously scattered land, population, and industries into one planning framework. In terms of how it works, most state-level new areas are run with an administrative committee. In Liangjiang's case, the administrative committee functions like a command center for investment promotion and major economic projects. It sets the direction, lines up investors, and coordinates. While working with a new area, the district governments still do what they always done: everyday public services such as education, healthcare, and urban management. This jigsaw arrangement made sense at first. It soon created a very nimble and efficient core that mobilized moving parts. It helped Chongqing quickly build industrial clusters, take shape as an inland highland for opening up, and attract capital, technology, and talent. However, over time, within some parts develop much faster than the others, and the same patch of land could sit under overlapping plans. As coordination mechanisms become more complicated, decision-making took longer, thus the opportunity cost of every choice went up. Liangjiang's shift to a full administrative district is not some spur-of-the-moment redrawing for the map. It is recalibration of the older governance. Chinese President Xi Jinping has noted the administrative divisions are significant resources themselves. In Chongqing's latest adjustment, land, population, and urban governance that used to be split across 3 districts are brought under one. The former command center is now directly responsible for everything inside rather than mere coordination. In effect, a functional development zone upgraded to a full unit with unified chain of authority and much clearer responsibility.
Beyond governance reform, Chongqing's steadily improving business environment continues to attract international companies, such as Carlsberg, to deepen their presence here.
That's true. In China's highly competitive beer market, the Danish-based Carlsberg Group has secured a strong position through a strategic investment in the local brand Chongqing Brewery.
So, from the perspective of Carlsberg's global vice president, what are the strategic priorities of the Chinese market and of Chongqing? And how will the companies transform going forward? Today's dialogue will bring you the answers.
China, one of the world's most competitive beer markets, sees five giants: Budweiser APAC, CR Beer, Qingdao Brewery, Chongqing Brewery, and Liangjiang Beer control over 90% of the market. Amid this competition, Danish beer giant Carlsberg acquired full control of Chongqing Brewery, deepening its footprint in China. The 15th five-year plan of China promotes foreign investment and reinvestment. How can Carlsberg use Chongqing's industrial base to drive its new growth in China?
Carlsberg has been in China, as I said, for decades, and we have invested heavily in China. Because Chongqing is the center of our business here in China, everything, our entire Chinese operation is centered here in Chongqing. There are strong drivers for this. One thing is the engagement that we have with the local government and the support that we receive, but it's also about the relevance of our products. There's strong regional relevance from products like Chongqing beer that is combined with hot pot, of course, Wusu beer with barbecue, but also some of our other brands. Now our Chinese operation is around 27 breweries, and we have grown from being kind of a regional brewer to being a top 5 brewer here in China. That has been with the base in Chongqing, and it's something that we will continue to build from.
China's beer market has entered a phase of competition for existing market share. After peaking at 49.83 million kiloliters in 2013, production has declined, prompting companies to seek breakthroughs. In response, how will Carlsberg tackle this challenge and view the Chinese market to drive continued growth?
I think there are two important aspects of the portfolio that we have here in China. One thing is our strong local brands, Chongqing, Shanqing, Wusu, Dali, that really have a strong cultural relevance and provenance, which makes it very relevant to consumers. On top of that, we then have our international premium brands. So brands like Carlsberg, like Tuborg, like 1664, which also links to food, but also to sport, to music. And I think the combination of both the local and the international brands creates a very, very strong position for us as a company. I have a very, very strong belief in beer also for the future. It's about adapting to how the market is developing. I think some of the things that we're seeing at the moment is there's an increased focus on moderation when it comes to beer consumption. So that's with how do we make sure that we have the right beers in the lower alcohol segments, alcohol-free beer. It's a strong trend. The same when it comes to health and well-being. It's some of these aspects that we are continuing to focus on in our innovation process, applying that to our strong portfolio of brands and products so that we continue to meet consumer demand.
In our previous episode, we talked about the West End production of Singin in the Rain, coming to Chongqing and receiving a warm response that truly moved the creative team.
Yes, the audience enthusiasm left them wanting more even after the final curtain. In this episode of iChongqing, we continue exploring the behind-the-scenes stories of this world-class musical.
In this interview, the performances share the secrets behind their high-quality performances, stories from international tours, and explain why Singin in the Rain is a show everyone should experience live.
We have such a top-notch cast. We're very, very lucky to have the performers that we do, that they bring their kind of top level every single night, which I'm sure is very exhausting, but it means that every night the audiences get the best show we could possibly do.
I think for me, it's a real thing about warming up properly for the show. We really do have to look after our bodies and our voices, and with all the travel, because obviously we're touring, that adds another element. You know, you get on an aeroplane, you get very dry, so, but you know, we've all been doing this long enough to know how to look after ourselves sensibly, hopefully.
Yeah. You know, we're eating properly, we're sleeping properly, we're looking after our voices and making sure we're getting maybe a massage, just to, you know, making sure that we come to work and we're ready.
The audience responding to us, cheering us, clapping us on, it gives you energy, it fuels you night after night to give these wonderful performances that are happening every night.
There's certain things that we didn't think would be so funny, but we've come here and people have reacted a little bit more than we thought.
For me, there's a moment at the beginning of Act 2 where the band get revealed on stage because we're hidden away at the back of the stage. And I think a lot of people don't realise until that moment that actually the musicians are there. And so then the kind of sliders at the back of the stage open and suddenly we're there waving. And particularly here, everyone just seems to really enjoy it. A lot of people wave back, which is my favourite part.
One moment that really became quite special and incredibly funny to myself and the rest of the company was during my song, I do a little monologue before it and I'm actually looking in a mirror and I'm asking myself, and the audience, they started answering back. So it became quite an immersive like call and answer between myself and the audience, which really shocked me.
I think it's something that we were all maybe nervous to come away from home and miss our family time, but we've been made to feel so welcome here in every venue that we've been to on tour so far.
Everywhere is different, every audience is different, and different places react differently. And I think there's a lovely moment within our show where Kathy, played by Charlotte Gooch, will come near the audience, and the response, especially here, the audience go wild for it. And it's so lovely because we can hear it backstage and we're like, yay! You know, the energy from them is incredible.
Yeah, it's 2.5 hours of pure joy and comedy and romance and beautiful songs, beautiful dances.
And it's a night to just lose yourself in proper Broadway musical theatre.
You will leave with a smile on your face and you'll be singing the songs for sure.
Definitely. I think we're gonna laugh, sing, and potentially get splashed by rain. I think the rain is an incredible visual thing to see as well, and the whole story, the wonderful cast. It's a fantastic show.
This week, Chongqing continues to shine on the international stage. Let's take a look at the stories that captured global attention.
Recently, Chongqing's foreign trade exports have become a focal point for media in Hong Kong and Japan. Outlets, including Hong Kong's Wenwei Po, Japan's Live Door News, and Oricon News have published successive reports, paying close attention to the progress of the new international land-sea trade corridor and the overseas expansion of Chongqing's manufacturing sector. In addition, a cave training program conducted by 28 Chinese astronauts in Wulong, Chongqing, has also drawn extensive coverage from domestic mainstream media. CGTN, Global Times, China Daily, Xinhua, and others have reported on the story in multiple languages.
That's all for today's episode. Thank you for watching, and thanks to you, Natalia, for her great insights.
Thank you, Alex, and thank you all for watching. We'll bring you back with more stories from Chongqing next time.
Let's meet, showcasing new Chongqing to the world. I'm your host, Alex. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Goodbye.